Eddie Griffin is a $4 million net worth American comedian and actor. Eddie Griffin, who is regarded as one of the best stand-up comedians of all time, gained notoriety in his routines by addressing subjects like politics, sexuality, and African American culture. Eddie has starred in numerous TV and film projects in addition to his stand-up career. Among them are the popular sitcom Malcolm and Eddie and the motion picture Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. Ferrari Enzo collided. Griffin wrecked a Ferrari Enzo at a racetrack in 2007 while taking part in a charity race to support the film Red Line. It has been reported that during a practice lap, he inadvertently hit the gas pedal rather than the brake. A Ferrari Enzo would probably fetch $3.4 million on the market today. Childhood. On July 15, 1968, Edward Griffin was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Eddie, who was raised by a single mother in a Jehovah's Witness family, moved to Compton when he was 16 years old to live with his cousins. He became a father and enlisted in the U.S. Navy while residing in Compton. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison for assault after being released from prison for marijuana use. He took on a variety of odd jobs to support himself after being freed, including dancing and house painting. It was at an open mic event in 1989 that Griffin became interested in comedy. He just told hilarious family stories during his first gig, which was a huge success. Griffin was able to land several gigs around Los Angeles during that time, and he continued to establish his reputation. Cinema and TV. In the early 1990s, Eddie Griffin began his acting career in movies such as Brain Donors and Coneheads. Before several other small roles, the Métier Man brought another role. In 1998, he played a humorous supporting role in the science fiction movie Armageddon. One of his most memorable roles came the following year when he was cast in the movie Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. Eddie gained notoriety at this time for his role in the sitcom Malcolm and Eddie. This 1996 to 2000 television series was the recipient of several awards. Following the conclusion of this series, Griffin landed several more movie parts to further his acting career. His early 2000s credits included roles in movies such as Double Take, The New Guy, and Undercover Brother. He was also cast as a voice actor in the 2002 motion picture Pinocchio. Griffin then starred in Scary Movie 3 in 2003, and then he made an appearance on Chappelle's Show. Following several additional film roles, Eddie returned to his previous role in the follow-up Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. He landed roles in the box office bomb Norbit, among other noteworthy films. Towards the end of the decade, he was cast in films like All About the Money, A Star is Born, and The Comeback Trail. Eddie kept up his voice acting career in the 2010s, doing voices for TV shows like The Boondocks and Woke. Connections. Griffin's first wife, Carla, was married when he was 16. He got remarried in 2002. Griffin wed Nia Rivers in 2011, his third wife, but the union was called off. Coley Griffin became his fourth wife when he wed her in 2017. Beginning with his first marriage when he was just a teenager, the actor has had a turbulent love life over the years. Eddie Griffin wed Carla, his childhood sweetheart, when he was just 16 years old. He had moved to California the year before and had begun dating the woman who would become his first wife as well as his first girlfriend. The couple defied all odds and stayed married for 13 years before calling it quits. Following that, Griffin made the temporary decision to end his relationship, but it wasn't a permanent one as he later got married again in 2002. Griffin married Rochelle Griffin for just 7 years in his second marriage and Nia Rivers for only 6 months in his third marriage before they called it quits due to irreconcilable differences. 9 times over the course of his marriages, Eddie Jr., his oldest son, appears to be his carbon copy. The actor and comedian recently posted a video clip to his Twitter page featuring the two of them side by side. It's clear that the 32-year-old inherited his father's good looks. Baseball caps are worn by both Griffin and his son in the black and white video that was shared. Griffin is also wearing a light-colored jacket and a pair of dark aviator sunglasses. Eddie Jr. is smoking a cigar and wearing a black t-shirt. Eddie Jr. appears to have his father's mouth and nose, as well as a similar facial bone structure, based only on that one clip. Alongside his cousin, Eddie Jr. is pictured in another photo that Griffin posted of his son, showcasing his father's clothing line. The fact that he shares his father's facial hair in this picture only highlights how strikingly similar they look. Griffin was only 18 when Eddie Jr. was born, but the two are obviously very close, and the actor would do anything in his power to provide for his kids. Griffin's desire to ensure that his children would never be able to say that about him stems in part from the fact that his own father was absent when he was growing up, according to Black America Web. Prominent comedian Eddie Griffin is married to Coley for 3 years. The couple's toddler son, Miko Lee, looks a lot like his mother. Although Eddie Griffin, a movie star, is among the 100 most well-known comedians in history, he is first and foremost a family man. Eddie and his wife Coley Griffin are parents to a small child named Miko Lee. Fans can witness Eddie's affectionate depictions of his family on his Instagram page, which primarily feature heartwarming photos of their young son Mako. The happy, plump bundle of joy looks a lot like his mother. Although Eddie Griffin, a movie star, is among the 100 most well-known comedians in history, he is first and foremost a family man. Eddie and his wife Coley Griffin are parents to a small child named Miko Lee. Fans can witness Eddie's affectionate depictions of his family on his Instagram page, which primarily feature heartwarming photos of their young son Mako. The happy, plump bundle of joy looks a lot like his mother. He had been married to Carla Griffin at the time, but their union had lasted only a year. The famous father once acknowledged in an interview that they had been too young, which was one of the reasons it did not work out. Eddie gained notoriety in 2015 when he openly supported the imprisoned comedy icon Bill Cosby. In 2002, well into his flourishing career as a stand-up comedian, he wed Rochelle Griffin. Their romantic relationship was also brief. Nia Rivers was his third spouse. It lasted 6 weeks before they called it quits. The Undercover Brothers actor was single for a while before fans realized he had remarried when he wed Co. Eddie was the father of 10 children over the years. Eddie gained notoriety in 2015 when he openly supported the imprisoned comedy icon Bill Cosby. The famous actor revealed that he believed there was bias in Cosby's court case, in which he was charged with multiple counts of sexual assault. He pointed out that in addition to helping many people pay for their college educations, Cosby inspired young African Americans to succeed and never give up on their goals. Born in Kansas, Eddie had always been funny, even as a young child, but his one true interest was dancing. He opened his own dance studio when he was 16. His career did, however, take a different turn when his cousin encouraged him to act at a nearby comedy club. After relocating to Los Angeles, his stand-up career took off.